open it.
And we're off.
Welcome to San Francisco.
The group are starting their road trip with a difference in San Francisco on the west coast of the US in the state of California.
Sorry, peeps. These are British people going to discover whether we should legalise cannabis in the UK
San Francisco is famously home
by getting some celebrities to go and smoke weed.
which 50 years ago encouraged the world to turn on, tune in and smoke marijuana.
San Francisco is basically... How many stairs are there? Oh, this is called the Inn San Francisco. That's rather nice.
This is probably
Lovely.
going to be a bit difficult for you. There's no stairs here.
The Victorian Hotel was built in 1872
Oh, this is lovely, isn't it? Really nice.
and is the first pit stop of their American road trip.
22. That is... Oh, 22.
As they settle in, it's dawning on the group that there may be differences of opinion when it comes to the legalisation of marijuana.
I think some of us are of a similar thought, but there are one or two who have other thoughts.
Certainly, Linda, certainly. Biggins, I would say, are pretty open. And Fash, I think, probably is not that open.
I don't have a need for alcohol or drugs because I'm high on life. And I find it very difficult to understand and sympathise with somebody else who seems to take the easy way out. Oh, woe is me.
We're headed into the heart of the Haight-Ashbury. It's kind of where the summer of love started.
1967's young anti-establishment Americans smoked marijuana as part of a cultural revolution.
A cultural revolution, did you hear that? That's what we need.
Making a stand for free speech, free love and recreational drug taking.
Free love.
I mean, we had stuff like
No,
Jefferson
love freely,
Airplane,
not free
Janis
love.
Joplin, Jimi Hendrix.
Haight-Ashbury has retained its counterculture values to this day, and Guide Chris is keen to give the gang a whistle-stop tour of the neighbourhood.
I can actually smell
Oh, I
Wacky
can smell
Backy.
it.
I can smell
I can
Wacky
smell
Backy.
it.
I can smell it, yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
This is where all the tie-dye and everything started. Something nice.
Oh, that is weird.
Oh, look at the ceiling. Wow. Oh my God.
Do you want some cleavage? I'm sorry?
Glitter cleavage.
I don't want to emphasise it at my age. I mean, you know, you get to the stage when you're a bit wrinkly. The summer of love. It was so exotic. I mean, it smelt from joss sticks and all the tie-dye stuff. And we all had joss sticks. We all thought they were tremendous. Oh, go on, put a little bit on.
I'm just going to do the cleavage. There you go. Yeah, perfect.
I wasn't into any hippie stuff, dressing up and pretty colours. It didn't appeal to me at all. I was just into dance and a few beers, but I never ever tried Happy Backy.
All right, everyone buckled in. On a warm San Francisco night.
Happy Backy.
Back at the hotel, thoughts turn to the issue of legalising marijuana and who on the trip is actually going to smoke it.
Can I have a... Oh, baby, there you go. All right, man. What a lovely television programme this is. Right.
I don't want to tell everybody yet that I don't want to smoke marijuana or I've never smoked marijuana because I look like the poo-poo boy. Can you imagine this boy? He's not even ever smoked marijuana. I don't want to go there yet.
Good night.
Chris, you like melon?
Have you ever been a waitress, Linda?
Several times.
It's the second day of the group's mystery tour exploring the world of weed.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Chris.
Driver Chris is in charge of the itinerary.
I'm a tour guide, so I'm going to take them on a road trip across the states. There's plenty of people me that have information about the legalization of marijuana. I'm hoping that they can explore the pros and cons and hopefully formulate their own opinions. You guys wanted to go to a dispensary? It's like a grocery store for drugs. Marijuana. Fix all your ailments. I'd love to go to a dispensary. Yes, perfect. Yeah. So,
For drugs? John Fassington's just
UK,
adamant it's a drug.
Cannabis is a Class B drug, and possession carries a maximum
It's a
prison
herb,
sentence of
not a
5
drug.
years. But here in California, they legalised recreational marijuana in 2016, and medical marijuana has been legal for over 20 years.
Can we buy any of it then?
yeah, you can, as long as you get a doctor's thing. Yeah, I have a good doctor that I trust, that I use. Great guy, very knowledgeable.
In order to buy marijuana at the dispensary, the group need a medical letter of recommendation. To get one, all they have to do is cough up $100 and persuade a friendly doctor that they have a genuine medical need.
Be a little Skype chat.
It's a far cry from the NHS.
We'll get you guys going
Come
on
in.
that.
Let's go.
Hello, Dr. Price Meadow, how are you?
Hi, Dan.
Christopher, have you ever had a medical cannabis card before?
No, I never have, but I'm very interested to have one.
I'm going through the menopause, so I'm having like hot flushes and mood swings. I can be quite moody apparently, so my kids and my husband keep telling me.
I have a condition called polymyalgia rheumatica and temporal arteritis. Obviously, I've got joint pain. I've had one knee replacement. The other one is going to need to be done.
Well, I broke my back in '94. I get pain with the hip. I've got arthritis in my right hand. In fact, I'm falling to bits, to be honest with you. I was in the World Championship. I jumped up, come down, I snapped my back. In my back, I've got 8 screws, titanium, and it's took the pressure off my nerves, and all the bits were broke off. And I've had 3 toes cut off. I've got one behind the bar here. It's called a copter. I'll show you. I forgot about that.
Bobby lost his toes as a result of a rare condition which has only added to his immobility and discomfort.
So there it is, in my toe. I had to put it in vodka and it preserves it. I take probably 16 tablets a day to take the pain. So marijuana, if it's good for you, I'll use it.
Damn right, it's good for your blood.
Cannabis is able to provide pain relief and relief from inflammation, which I think is the root cause of your pain.
Lovely jubbly.
What medications do you currently use for pain?
I don't use anything. I just suffer. We're British, you know.
Armed with their doctor's letters, the group can now legally buy medical marijuana in the state of California.
There's Chester's
Is
bus.
that Alcatraz?
Yes. Yes. We don't want to go
I'd
there.
love and respect the Chester
Their
Lancaster.
first destination claims to be the largest cannabis dispensary in the world, and it will be their first opportunity to buy and try medical marijuana.
I'm missing 3 toes.
You can't wear flip-flops then, can you?
So you look at me and I'm coming on another planet or something.
Where are we now? Bay Bridge.
Yeah, we're going over the Bay Bridge.
In a bid to decide whether legalising marijuana is a good idea for the UK, 5 curious Brits are on a cannabis road trip of US states, where the drug is legal for medical and recreational use.
What are you guys looking to get out of this experience of the dispensary?
Knowledge. We're getting some knowledge.
You don't want it for recreation. I mean, if I'd have wanted it for recreation, we'd have started that a long time ago.
Exactly.
For heaven's sake.
Today, they're heading to Harbourside Health Centre, a pioneering cannabis dispensary.
He's got a metal rod in his back.
All have a medical condition it's claimed that marijuana could help.
What a lovely smell.
With their freshly issued doctor's letters in hand, the group can now shop for medical marijuana anywhere in California.
Crisps, cookies. They've even got it in popcorn.
Waitrose on speed.
The dispensary sells marijuana to smoke, but also supplies it as medicine and as food. And you can even buy plants to grow your own at home.
Now this is impressive here, these chocolates. The cookies and everything. I mean, it's like taking marijuana cigarettes, but it's in chocolate form. It's very interesting. I had to get some of those, I think.
Our largest growing demographic right now are seniors. people over the age of 55. Cannabis is a wonderful anti-inflammatory. It's also great for pain and sleep.
The joints, it's inflamed.
Bobby's keen to get advice on what type of cannabis medicine might help ease the pain he experiences from his broken back and missing toes.
These help the nerve and the inflammation pain in different ways. You can also get some free candies that have CBD in them.
CBD, or cannabidiol, is the compound in cannabis most used in medicine.
There are parts of the plant that get you high, there's parts of the plant that don't get you high. CBD is a great anti-inflammatory. It's better than ibuprofen. It sends electronic and chemical signals to your cells to tell them that, hey, chill out. Don't be so inflamed. It's okay. I'm here.
I've got my fluids to put under my tongue, 2 types, and I've got some sweeties to take, because I'm a good customer.
The people in that shop could be in Sainsbury's back home. You know, there's not a load of potheads coming in here. It's so straight, it's unbelievable. And it's just so normal. And that, I think, is the biggest surprise.
Pam and Biggins are looking for products to help with their joint pain and stiffness.
I can show you a tincture,
Okay.
and it's going to help with the pain. It's going to help with the inflammation.
Yep.
And the THC is just going to come on to help you relax a little bit more.
Oh, great. Thanks very much indeed.
It was such a pleasure.
THC, or tetrahydrocannabinol, is the compound most closely associated with getting you high.
So now that comes in 4 different flavors, sir. Ginger, a tangerine, and a strawberry. Which one sounds good to you?
Some of the medicines contain it, as it's believed to act as a relaxant.
Lovely, thank you very much.
You're not dealing with any sleep issues or pain?
Well, sleep issues just because of the jet lag and that, really.
We have a free gift for you today that I could offer you that would help with sleep. It's a brownie. Does that sound good?
Thank you very much.
As well as her free brownie, Linda's also bought some medicine to try to ease the symptoms of the menopause. Hardline anti-drugs Fash has bought nothing.
Anything I can help you with? Are you sure?
I'm there.
You sure? I can help with any of your pain. You can...
I think I'm still just observing.
Okay. You let me know if that changes.
What was surprising at the dispensary was the speed at which our other team members all started buying marijuana products.
It'll be interesting to see what happens tomorrow for everybody. I mean, I really want to be with you guys and try it. I just can't at the moment, you know.
Are you frightened?
No, I'm not frightened. I'm a little bit apprehensive.
Are you worried about being out of control?
Definitely.
I'm worried about taking a bit of that cake.
You see? You see?
Where's my cake? I've lost my cake. Who's nicked me brownie? Some bastard's nicked me brownie. Has anyone handed a brownie in? Nuts, Chris?
No, thank you. Oh, sorry.
No, she's saying you're nuts. She's not offering that.
Okay.
The road trippers are now leaving San Francisco to head south towards LA. But California is a huge state, so they're making a pit stop at a city called Atwater.
This is a real motel.
It's very dark. Where's the lights?
What a drive. Oh.
I'm not a snob or anything, but this ain't my usual standard. A serial killer could get in here. Look, it's all brown floor. It's like Simon Bates' motel.
Whilst the weary celebrities might not be keen on the accommodation,
Final spin, final spin.
they do seem keen to try the cannabis medicine they bought earlier at the dispensary.
You put a little drop on your tongue because it can get in your blood system quicker when you put it under your tongue.
I have taken some medication for my condition. So, fingers crossed, and hope for tomorrow.
Don't taste very nice, but let's hope it works.
It's now 4 o'clock in the morning and I can't sleep. The jet lag and that. So I've got the cake they gave me at the dispensary and I thought I'd have a little go at that and see if that'll help me to sleep.
I've just had the day one. Let's take the day one. It's quite herby.
Last night, everyone except Fash took their first ever dose of medical marijuana.
Whoa.
There we go.
And it seems to have had an effect.
I woke up in the night at 4 o'clock and I thought, oh, I can't get sleep now. So I said, you know what, I had a bit of my cake. Felt so relaxed, and then I went back to sleep for 4 hours.
It's like a miracle.
I'm literally moving into Christmas.
We're ready to party. Having taken the medical marijuana and rubbed it onto my thighs and around my knee area, I was amazed how when I went for my nightly pee, how quickly I got out of bed.
I can't drive until everyone's buckled in. Come on, kids.
Today, the group is heading into California's Central Valley, world famous for its wine. The beautiful region is home to around 360 vineyards. But as well as being the perfect terroir for growing grapes, the rich soil and year-round hot weather also provides perfect growing conditions for marijuana. It's predicted that by 2021, retail sales will be valued at $30 billion.
30 billion.
So I wonder what the day brings us.
Awaiting the group is a very unlikely bunch of marijuana growers and producers.
Now, wait a minute, what are these little things?
They look like nuns to me.
Brilliant! Oh, I love it.
My name is Sister Kate, and I founded our order, Sisters of the Valley. We are a group of women who live an intentional lifestyle on a small farm where we grow cannabis and make cannabis medicines.
The Sisters of the Valley's beliefs are based around those of a spiritual community from the 13th century called the Begins, who lived together semi-monastically with the purpose of rescuing others from poverty.
We welcome women that we call throwaway women. We believe the cannabis plant is a gift from Mother Goddess. It is a gift from Creator God.
I thought he was joking when he said they're all nuns.
I'm Sister Kate. Welcome to our humble little farm.
I am a Christian. Would I say that nuns and marijuana go together? Wow, certainly not.
Well, you've obviously never read the Bible, John.
Wow, isn't it beautiful? I can smell it. Oh my God, yeah.
Now we'll go
Moses
inside and
used
we'll make
cannabis.
Let's cure people.
The sisters
Cannabis.
turn cannabis into medical
King
oils,
David
salves
used
and soaps.
cannabis.
They're made out of CBD,
Jesus
the part of
used
the plant
cannabis.
that doesn't get you stoned.
We have coconut oil and then the cannabis, and it cooks
For how long?
for about 3 hours.
Their most popular product is a cannabis ointment for muscle and joint relief.
So gently squeeze from the, and then work your way up.
55-year-old ex-striker John Fashanu was a member of Wimbledon Football Club's notorious Crazy Gang, but his footballing career has played havoc on his body.
My knee is very, very sore. That's the one that scored all the goals. So now, this is the punishment. Arthritis is setting in.
Famously anti-drugs, Fash has so far refused to try anything marijuana-related, but
I
he
bet
may
it
be
takes
starting to
painkillers,
reconsider
though.
his position.
I saw a very close friend of mine smoking marijuana for medicinal purposes. His knees had been smashed. He now has arthritis. It shook me a little bit because all of the bad I thought was possibly not quite as it seemed.
You're a soccer player? Ex-soccer player.
Soccer, martial arts.
Gladiator.
Oh, my.
Gladiator.
The CBD oil massage was absolutely wonderful. But what was really disturbing me was the connotation that for the next 3 or 4 days, everybody else will be smelling marijuana, thinking I'm the junkie.
A junkie? Shit.
But for the sisters, marijuana is more than just medicine.
I'm gonna roll joints.
They also smoke it, and the marijuana they smoke does contain THC, the compound that gives you a psychoactive high.
It's not the first thing that happens in the morning, but sometime during the day while the women are making the medicine, someone will walk in with a joint and say, does anybody want? And the women will partake. Freya, do you want to pass it around? Is anybody going to try it?
I don't
Anybody want to
smoke.
Yeah. It's not tobacco.
No, but I can't inhale. I suffer from asthma, and smoking really affects me in a bad way, so I cough a lot.
Linda?
No, thanks not. It's too
I know
early.
Beast won't do it.
But Pam seems much more open to the idea of trying it.
It was weird to see Kate Bush. She should have said, "Hey, minute, these students smoking the joint." She had a go. She did. I've got to give her a credit there. She had a go at everything she did.
That first puff with the nuns, after a few minutes, you just get a lovely, relaxed feeling.
Don't bogart that joint, my friend. Pass it over to me.
Before he came onto this US trip, Bobby had never tried marijuana in any form.
2 or 3 puffs. Makes you feel like you've had about maybe 4.5 pints. That's what I feel like. Oh dear.
Don't bogart that joint.
Whilst Pam and Bobby have both tried the joint, smoking marijuana is still a step too far for Fash.
I'm worried if I take it, might I become extremely aggressive and start using martial arts? Got me the giggles now. You don't know. I've got 16 years, 4 black belts, so that would be horrible. Oh dear.
My friend, pass it over to me. On the road again. Just can't wait to get on the road again.
This is very pretty here, funny enough. Yeah, this is my town. Born and raised.
I can't wait to get on the road again.
It's day 4 of the Californian leg of their marijuana mystery tour, and the group is heading to the port city of Oakland.
So in America so far, are there any funny things you've seen that are different from the lifestyle in London?
Everything.
Everything is different. You guys have bidets?
Bidets, yeah.
Bidets, yes.
We have bidets.
We invented them.
Since 2016, when recreational cannabis became legal in California,
I wonder what we're going to learn here.
a wave of new businesses are setting up to take advantage of the change in law.
Welcome to Puff Pass Paint. What's this about then? Making things or something?
Many of them honouring the long-standing belief that by relaxing your inhibitions, marijuana can aid your creative genius.
We're going to be painting a cactus, and we have some cannabis on the table.
At Puff, Pass and Paint, budding Picassos can join fellow artists for a 2-hour session that will set you back $39. The organisers don't sell marijuana, people bring along their own to share.
I'm so bad at art. I can just about paint. Could you paint the kitchen wall?
Yesterday with the nuns, Pam and Bobby embraced smoking marijuana in a joint.
Want some of that?
And today, there's no holding them back. Much to Fash's disapproval.
That is too strong.
When you smoke a joint, I don't know what it is about it, whether it's because it's neat or whether it doesn't have a filter. But the heat really catches the back of your throat.
At Puff, Pass and Paint, they take the art of smoking marijuana very seriously.
Would anyone like to take a hit from the little bong?
A bong is a glass pipe filled with water. As you inhale, the cannabis smoke is filtered and cooled by the water.
And then you just inhale as long as you want. You ready?
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Okay. That's probably good.
That is serious.
Nice flavour.
I thought I was taking a little bit, but obviously I wasn't. So I got into the most extraordinary fit of giggles, which is thoroughly enjoyable.
Linda. Oh, dear. No, do it now. Yeah.
And 75-year-old Pam's not the only one open to trying out the bong.
I did it, didn't I? Do a little more. Try a little more.
That's the strong one. Oh!
Okay. A little bit more, a little bit.
Yeah, got him lighter. Oh. The bong, you don't even know you're smoking anything. There's no smell to it. It doesn't taste horrible. It's just like you going normal air. About 15 seconds later, hello, baby. Yeah.
God, there, oh dear.
That could be Leonardo da Vinci, you know.
You watched his brush in the wine.
Oh my God, I can't stop laughing, laughing.
Chris, do you want these soggy chips? No thanks.
The group is approaching the end of the first week of their marijuana road trip. Today, Chris is driving them south towards beautiful Monterey Bay and the seaside town of Santa Cruz, famous for its laid-back charm, vintage fairground, and a curious cannabis connection.
What you want and I want are very different. I want the muscles to come up. You want
I want to get rid of my big going.
Yeah, exactly.
Is this a push-up that I'm doing?
Yes, it is, yeah. And really push out, exhale. Wow.
Right, let's go.
We're good to
Thank
go.
you.
Now we're good to smoke marijuana.
4 out of 5 of us are actually indulging in the weed. We are trying it.
But me personally, I'm very, very negative about it. In football, of course, we can't go anywhere near it with there being urine tests every 3 days.
Fashion. But you're not in football full-time anymore.
No.
Not as a professional
Yeah,
player.
exactly.
You've got to start, I think...
That's what I'm here for.
And try to get over the rigid... Good God.
Yeah. Agreed. That was why I said, softly, softly. Journey of 1,000 miles begins with the first.
Here in California, one of the fastest growing areas of the lucrative cannabis business is the edibles market, with consumers gobbling up around $180 million worth of products last year.
We're getting ready to head up to another advocate that'll be able to tell you a lot more. She's Italian.
Today, the group is meeting somebody who's made a name for herself around the world as a marijuana master chef.
My name is Nonna Marijuana. I am 94 years old.
Italian grandmother Nonna claims that marijuana is the secret to a long and healthy life.
I started cooking with marijuana about 5 years ago. I need the mushrooms. Mushrooms are here. My daughter Valerie was involved in a vehicle accident and she was having seizures. And after a short period of time, the marijuana did control her seizures completely.
94-year-old Nonna incorporates marijuana into her Italian cookery.
They seem to complement each other. That's all I can say.
Hi.
Come on in.
Hi, I'm Chris.
Hi, Chris. Chris, hi.
I'm Fash. 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 Fash.
Oh, nice to meet you. I'll probably forget all your names. I hope you forget them. And what do you do, love?
I'm an actress, but I was in one show for nearly 26.
Yes. What kind of a show?
It was a soap opera in England called EastEnders.
Oh, of course.
And we had a very big fan base in
Yes.
California.
It's the biggest. Very big. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm retired. Now I cook with marijuana.
Oh, wow.
Because I find smoking very difficult because it makes me cough.
Right. Do you put the marijuana in the food?
It's in the butter.
It's in the butter.
I'm going to do some with pot and some without pot.
We get to choose if we want one with pot or without pot.
Yes.
On Nonna's Italian menu today is gnocchi, dumplings made out of potato, served with marijuana butter.
Always use the baked potatoes. Leave the jackets on. I call them jackets.
Followed by ratatouille, that also contains marijuana, and sea bass, that doesn't.
I let you put it
Wow,
in the
that's
oven
heavy.
for me.
We're ready for the big munchie now.
I'm quite hungry. I was very excited. I was actually going to taste some marijuana in food. One of the most important things in my life is fine dining and good food.
For the cannabis we're about to receive, it's truly based. Which one's the strong one?
Please eat. Don't.
This is strong.
That's the strong one.
Right.
And then this is without marijuana.
There are non-marijuana options for all of the dishes.
I'm gonna have a little bit of the strong one.
Which one they choose to eat is entirely up to them.
This has marijuana butter on it, so that if you want to put some on your pasta, on your fish, please do it. It's very strong.
When it came out, you could see there was a lot of cannabis. And if you're hungry, eat the food without the cannabis in.
Oh, that is so delicious. Be careful.
It's very strong taken by food. Biggins does enjoy his food, but I kept saying you cannot subtract it once you've eaten. Oh, and it's all right, I'm just having this.
Because there was garlic in there. You put garlic in it.
Oh, yes.
So good.
The marijuana Nonna cooks with contains THC, the compound that gets you stoned. When you smoke marijuana, most people feel the effect immediately.
I don't actually like the taste of the butter.
Oh, I liked it.
But when it's eaten, the food has to be digested first, and so it can take up to 2 hours to feel the impact.
It's a waiting game.
Everybody except Bash has tried the cannabis-infused starter and main course. Pudding is Nonna's pièce de résistance.
What is that?
Pot ice cream.
Marijuana ice cream.
Well, I love a bit of ice cream. Do love a bit of ice cream. Because when I have my dinner at home, even last night, have ice cream. Always have ice cream.
Do you want more than that, or do you think that's enough?
2 days wins, don't chuck it in there, baby.
Good man. You don't want to get too high.
It's lovely.
As both Biggins and Bobby tuck into big bowlfuls of the ice cream,
Do you want to have
Just a little bit, please.
it seems even anti-drink and drugs Bash is now tempted.
To debate marijuana, I must know what it's like. So I built up enough courage to have the ice cream.
Delicious. Maybe a little bit of chocolate in it. Is it chocolate?
It tastes like chocolate, but it's just the pot that I've cooked.
I'm waiting for wham, bang, what's going to happen? Absolutely nothing happened. Biggins and Bobby, they went into it like their life depended on it. And I looked at them and I thought, well played, guys. Nothing's happened to you.
Men are sometimes a little bit incautious. I always think what could happen and avoid the could. Well, you've pushed the boat out, young man.
I have. So could you guys taste it? Could you taste it in there?
The ice cream was so strong.
This afternoon, the group is driving south towards Los Angeles.
Ideal for a bottle of shit. selling. That's how I earns me living. I bought a beat in a barrel boy years ago.
What's your karaoke piece?
I like My Way. Frank Sinatra singing My Way.
Sing us a line.
And now, that's the wrong song, and I can say that now.
Yeah.
The end is near.
So I face
the final curtain. What song is that then?
That's My Way.
My Way, yes.
It is My Way. Oh yeah.
It's that pot's gone to your head.
An hour and a half has passed since Bobby and Biggins binged on Nonna's marijuana feast.
I'm so dry.
You're so dry.
Yeah.
Welcome to my world.
Seriously, it's really... It's called cottonmouth.
As well as a dry mouth, some people who eat marijuana can experience what's known as a whitey,
Well, you go a little bit hello.
I think a little bit hello.
where the individual can zone out, become dizzy, nauseated, and weak.
That was zombie, they're not. Walking Dead.
He can't even
He got the Walking Dead, didn't he?
Mr. Biggins was looking quite quiet, and I was speaking to him, he couldn't even speak.
His mouth's not working.
Wonderful! Hooray!
It's been 4 hours since the bus left Nonna Marijuana's.
All right.
When it comes to a sudden halt.
We heard from the back of the coach, "Help!" And it was Biggins, and he wasn't at all well. "Help! Help!"
Help!
Whitey.
Help! Here's paper towels. Or towels, dear.
4 hours ago, the group left Nonna Marijuana's, where Biggins and Bobby enjoyed the cannabis-laced food just a little bit too much.
I was going to be sick again, I think.
The boys weren't in a fit state of health.
All right, okay. Right. Don't worry.
He hit me, proper. And I just wanted me mummy that bad. Oh, I tell you what, I think I cried as well.
Oh, do you want some face wipes?
No control over my body, and that's when I started my massive throwing up exercise.
This is the negative side of it. This is what happens when you eat a little bit too much and you don't know your tolerance level. Yeah, there's really no cure other than to wait it out, sleep on it, and go from there.
One step down, Biggins.
Eventually, Biggins finds his feet, with a little bit of help.
The fact that I had to be helped off the psychedelic bus was extraordinary. I mean, I have no memory of that, really. I mean, I was completely out of it.
Whilst Bobby rides it out on the bus, everybody else beds down at the iconic Madonna Inn.
Oh my word. Yes, it's great.
Desert highway.
Oh my God.
Bit like Disneyland. I've never seen anything like this.
Ridiculous. It's Camp and Butchers.
I get it.
They greedy bastards. They couldn't get up. They won't do that again in a hurry.
I wouldn't be surprised if it didn't put them off forever. I think it probably will.
And we've got to get back on that bus tomorrow. And it didn't smell very nice on there.
As dawn breaks over the Madonna Inn, their kitsch Californian stopover en route to LA,
Dear, oh dear.
last night's events are on everybody's minds.
Oh my God.
What do you think of your room then?
The fucking plastering's a bit uneven.
Lovely pink dressing, Dad.
Oh dear, what a terrible experience.
You was in a pickle.
It's terrible though. I'll
Yeah.
tell you what. Once you got it in your system, it's worse. You
Can't get it out.
can't get it out.
And you had 5 scoops of that ice cream.
Well, yeah. But now I know
Yeah.
that you can't muck about eating it. That's the most important thing.
No,
You got to know exactly what you're eating.
a tiny little bit, that's all
Yeah,
I had.
yeah.
When I woke up this morning and I saw this, I thought, I've died. This is hell. And I have to say, I don't think I've ever been that ill. You know, this is the problem of making it legal.
It's like being seasick for 100 times. Worse, 100 seasick.
It's such a problem, isn't it? If you're going to throw up when you overdose.
At the same time. It's horrendous. I don't want to have a giggle with it. That was no fun. That's just, it's gone right the other way. I'll never do it no more. I've learned my lesson.
Next time,
I'll have one, but I want your name and address.
the marijuana road trippers hit Los Angeles.
Girls, we've been a bit naughty.
You said you're never having an edible again.
The group experienced the sharp end of the war on drugs.
As long as it's not firearms.
Got a runner at 50 yards moving to the north.
Legalised. I've really gone back a step now.
The adventure continues, so tune in and turn on this Wednesday at 9 p.m.
On y va!
So it's the morning after the night before
Well,
when we
thank you to Worldwide Weed for all of your help and support. Hope you're all having a blessed blaze one. Peace and love and unity. That is what the world needs to see. Keep living in love, loving in life, and learning that cannabis is a herb, not a drug.